Like
B
being
in
surprised.
Virginia. Welcome to the show.
Hi. The basic layman's version of the question is, who gets to decide what a group is called? I just make up my own name for a group. I know someone who thinks that's a perfectly reasonable thing for him to do.
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting.
Well, who do you think should name a group? I mean, if it's not the members of the group, that's what I'm saying. The members of the group get to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, he's not only outside the group, he's vehemently opposed to the group. I'm talking about the LGBT community. He refuses to say that. So he comes up with his own names and insists, well, they can't possibly offend people because I'm making up the name and I don't want it to be offensive. And people in the LGBT community are telling him, yeah, that is offensive. Use our actual name. And it's as...
Yeah, he is being offensive. He's being a dickhead. Absolutely, he is.
Yeah, I don't know how hard it is. Like I really question the psyche of people in these conversations, and I've had them in like, personal relationships, and I live in the South, so I mean, I'm just saying from my perspective, it seems to be a pretty heavy shift on one side, and so you run into, I overhear these conversations, and so yeah, to me, there's a lot that speaks to the person's psyche. I don't really fully get it. I've never been able to understand that. I'm not going to conform to what somebody wants to be called, or just out of direct disrespect. Like, you couldn't cut it any other way, right?
Yeah, it's a form of erasing the person's identity. It's just like, I have a friend of mine who started off calling me Jimbo, and I said, I don't appreciate that. He did it again. And I started calling him JJ, and he didn't like that. And so, for him, he wasn't being offensive about it. The last guy he knew was Jimbo. But I had to cure him of that because I don't like being called Jimbo. I like Jim. If I didn't, I wouldn't use the name. So he's being unempathetic to the group. He's trying to erase them by giving them a name that he prefers and nobody else cares to use. And I don't know that I would call someone trying to erase an entire group of people a friend personally. It wouldn't make my list, but it just seems like he's trying to be as offensive as possible by not using the correct name.
Yeah, you mentioned something about identity. It's a whole other topic, but he just flat out rejects that as a concept, and we don't understand it, and we've just let him live it. But yeah, if I tried to make that argument, his retort would probably be, there's no such thing as your identity. And,
well, start calling him Snuffy Poopy Head and tell him you don't mean to be offensive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I decided to tell him that my intention was to call every member of his religion cat swingers.
There you go.
Made up that phrase. It could possibly offend him, and shock and awe, it offends him. So.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could go around calling Christians, I could go to people that I know that believe that, that God flooded the earth, and I could be like, hey, guy that worships a baby killer, right? I just call him a Christian, right? But if maybe put insight. If somebody I know have believed that and they do that, yeah, like, honestly, it's like, you don't want to necessarily fight the fire with the fire, but it's like, if you find something as simple as, like, say you call them a nickname and they get mad about that, you can make the point pretty clear to them on such a low level to such a reasonable level where it actually affects people. Because, if he had a connotation with the name when you called him and it was something like really traumatic in his life, there would just be no argument to be had. I mean, it's just, there would be you would have the connection of why, or at least some empathy towards why that would bother somebody.
Yeah. I mean, I will admit since he really likes cats, it was it was a dick move. It was meant to vaguely allude to animal abuse. But hey, if he can make up his name, I can make up my name. But
Turnabout is definitely fair play.
Your input.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.